अस्सलाम वालेकुम फ्रेंड्स। कैसे हो आप लोग सब? आओ जॉइन है ये। लाइक करिए, सब्सक्राइब करिए। आई है, लाइव ज्वाइन हुई है। लाइक को ज़रूर लाइक करिए प्लीज़। लाइक कर दूसरी जगह दिखाता तो दूसरी जगह भेजता। आप लोग पसंद आया तो लाइक करिए। प्लीज़ ज्वाइन हुई आओ ज्वाइन हो जाइए। हेलो हाय। हेलो हाय।
क्या किया था उन्हें? देख ऊपर रख डाल टिश्यू टिश्यू बॉक्स ऊपर रख
हेलो हाय, कैसे हो आप लोग?
ये वाले इन्वेस्टमेंट डिमांड जबरदस्त चलता है निवेश करता है ना मैं क्या रिलायंस का फर्स्ट तो 7 लाख बना है रिलायंस का फुल एक्सपेंस ज़्यादा 60 है तो ज़्यादा कंडीशन दोनों से बड़ा बिजनेस थोड़ा खाली के अंदर फर्स्ट तो 7 करोड़ बना है
Let me show you some of the great bull markets in history. And from the lows to the highs, how much they've gone up, how many years it took to go up, and how many times it has gone up. So you look at, say, the Dow, it's after post-World War II, it went up from 162 to 985. So about 6x in a period of almost 15, 20 years. This is my most favorite bull market after that, is the Nikkei. When Japan hosted the Olympics in 1960, it used to be a third world country. People didn't know the products it made, and they were very skeptical about even hosting the Olympics. The Nikkei index went from 1357 to almost 29,000. A 30x move in index itself over a period of 25 years. By the time the bull market ended, Japan was a member of the G5. Toyota, Sony had become household names, and the whole country had become from a third world country to probably the third largest economy in the world. The Japanese bull market is always the gold standard of bull markets in equity. And remember, the Japanese yen also went up from 360 to almost 100 to the dollar. So if you look at it in yen terms, it went up now 30x but almost 100x. The index went up 100x. Our own Sensex 89 to 92 went from 700 to 4500, 6.5 times more than the index in a period of about 4-5 years. Oil went from 23 to 140. There's always a bull market going on somewhere in the world. The Nasdaq itself in 2000, the 92 to 2000 BSE bull market went from 350 to 5,000, a 14x move. Today the Nasdaq is even over that, it is around 8,000. Our own Sensex in 2000 went from almost 5,000 to 20,000 of forex move. So this bull market, which I gave to August 2013, began at 17,000, right? So it's not even barely doubled from that level. So if you go by historical precedent, this is still a young bull market, right? So what it seems to me, it's a major correction in a bull market, not necessarily the top of a bull market. If you start saving in your 20s, right, or at 35, or at 40, it's a double the amount every year. Look at the difference that happens when you approach retirement age. Look at the amount of difference. You go, Karishma, actually this is supposed to be your life, right? So let's say Karishma is the hard-working one. She likes to save and invest the money well. So she starts saving when she's 18 years old. Karina is the fun one. So have a good time, go out, party, buy clothes, travel. So she starts saving when she's 25 years old. Karishma stops saving when she's 25 years old. She saves for a period of 8 years. Karina saves the rest of her life. Till 62, she saves every year. How much do you save? 50,000 rupees a year. But what a difference it makes because Karishma's salary. Then when she's 40 years old, she has 55 lakhs, 52.25 crores. When 60, she has 12.8 crores. Whereas Karina, who saved for 40 years, ends up with only half the amount. So, जल्दी शुरू करने का इतना advantage है. Sometimes it is so big that it's not really. So one lesson I learned is young people here to take away from you is start investing early. Even small amounts invested early make a huge difference 10, 20, 30 years down the road. Let me put it in words that you will understand. Most of us will have a career of about 30 years. 30 years in the financial market, 30 years as an architect, 30 years as a doctor. A professional guy 30 to 40 years from that. Let's say 30 years from that. Let's say you start up life when you're 55 and you save your first 10 lakh. After 10 lakh save कर दिए. कैसे मैं 10 lakh बता दिया. Now you're able to double your money in 3 years. Right? Every 3 years you will double your money. The index itself goes up 15%. Right? So double your money, you go over 21-22% a year. It's not that hard. If you double your money every 3 years, in a 30-year career, you'll have 10 doubles in your life. 10 times your money, you have 10 doubles in your life. So suppose you start with 10 lakh rupees, right? 10 lakh rupees at 25. When you're 55, can any young person tell me, if you double your money every 3 years, what will that amount become? Yeah, you're a CA or someone, and you know all this stuff. He's right, okay? He's right, it becomes 100 CR. How does it become 100 CR? Let's do the math. It's always fun. I know you know this, but it's still fun, okay? 10 lakh after 3 years becomes?
क्या हो
You will double your money, 20, right? 20 becomes, 40 becomes, 80 becomes, now let's round it off, it becomes 3, that's after 5 years, 15 years becomes 3, right? Now see what happens in the next 15 years. 6, 12, 50, 100. 100. Think about it. If you have 100 crores, that even in today's depreciated rupee, that's about $10-15 million. That puts you in the richest 1% of the world. Look at India. They make you the richest 1% of the world. Right? What have you done? You bought businesses that have doubled every 3 years. Right? Are these opportunities there? I think Madhupura was charged. I mean, there must be 100 stocks that have been better than that over the last few years. Right? Is it simple? No. Is it easy? No. But making money is not easy. I mean, all of you work 8 hours, 10 hours, 15 hours a day for a living, right? So making money is not easy. But if you find a great business that can double for you every 3 years, so people ask me that maybe I was lucky when I and Madhuji invested in our career, we had long-term capital gains exemption, right? So we build our capital tax-free. But the truth of the matter is, even you can, unless you sell your stocks, there's no capital gain. So try and find businesses that last not 3 years, but 6 years, or 18 years, or 24 years. Because as the money grows, as the value of the share grows, the business remains tax-free for all of you. I'll tell you a story which really drove the point home. When my son was 12 or 13, we had one of these name ceremonies for him, correct? So we had invited 200 people as grandparents and grandparents gave them cash, someone got sweets, someone got toys, someone got clothes for the young person. I think as parents we must also give them some clothes. One of my friends gave me some shares rather than this thing. We gave him at that time it was 25,000 rupees. 500 shares or something we gave him. Almost like after something like that. He played with the toys, all the clothes, he got the street. The shares were put away in the locker. 25,000 rupees. The shares turned out to be HDFC Bank. Right? So today the 500 shares become 2,500 shares. 2,500 shares times 2,000 rupees. You do the math what it's worth. This kid is barely 30 and he already has such a amount of wealth because one of our friends is an appreciating asset and not an depreciating asset. The trick of buying, as Motherji said, when you buy a stock, is think it thanda kharidne aap. Don't think you're buying a price fluctuation. Say you bought 1,000 shares in HDFC Bank. Think you're a part owner of the bank. Then you think differently as opposed to say 30 में लेके 25 में बेच दिया मैंने. So then you're fluctuating on the price. You want to be a trader, that's fine. You want to build wealth, but you have business, then you got to buy, invest in business. I explained to you the power of compounding. If there is one lesson that the younger people should take away from here, is there's magic in compounding. If you understand what compounding is, it can change your life. Trust me when I say that 10 lakhs to 100 crores sounds silly to most young people. How did that happen? My father works all his life. He's not got anything on like that. But that is the mathematics of it. You go run a spreadsheet on it. Take 10 lakhs, compound it about 22-23% and see what that money becomes in 30 years. Math doesn't lie. It's 100 crores. If you can find a business compound it, something will say to you. India all these people get very money over there, the Qatar and the appreciate over there. We are blessed. We have 125 crores people in our economy. अगर आगे बंद भी कर लेना तो फिर अगर किसी को उठाना है. There's nothing, no government can stop that. That's going to happen. If you have a good government, there's no if you have bad government, if you need to lose the night, doesn't matter. Not for enough, so India will keep growing. And a growing economy with growing profits with growing stock market valuations as companies find and aspire to newer markets, newer niches in retail, in cement, in pharmaceuticals. Enormous amount of wealth is going to be. Look what happened in India in the last 25 years of my career. Okay? From Mrs. Gandhi being assassinated to the NPSC trouble. So suppose I came to India and we told the dollar, to the dollar, and we can't get more, and yet, all of these things are happening, right? Governments are coming down, initiatives, calamities are taken market, people have boycotted parliament, governments are coming down. The index is started 800 around, it's today closer to 30,000 plus. Right? So that's what I mean by India close at night. कुछ भी होता है, things happen there. But because you have blessed as a market of 125 crore people, right? Opportunities are greater today than they have ever been. Bull markets is to make money. The biggest money is made when a bear market is getting over and a bull market starts. So I told you bull markets go up 3x, 5x, 6x. So PCR index, 100,000 was the index. Okay? So the big money is made a big swing in the market. So got to get into the bear market, be ready there. Values will emerge there. Buy it and don't make 10, 20 rupees and sell it. You are shortchanging yourself. As Madhu pointed out, Bajaj Finance will go up 400x. HDFC Bank will go up 1000x. Infosys goes up 2000x. Right? The opportunities are in mining in great companies. You need to spend time understanding whether it's a bull market and when it's the beginning of a bull market, to understand that great opportunities are ahead of you. Someone asked me, जब उसे 400 में शुरू किया, अब 36,000 हो गया, अब आप इसको जा रहे हो. So I asked the wisest friend I know in the stock market, who happens to be also the founder of DMart. I just happen to be on the board of DMart, the founder of DMart. He was asked the same question by Amin Dhruv, the youngster. And someone asked him, what is the best investment time in his career? He's seen a 50-year investment career. He's seen, someone said, the Marathi data, dividend tracking app. He's seen the liberalization of the whole thing. He's seen the tech boom in India. What was the best investment decade in your investment career? And without making
엄마라 그러지, 엄마라 그러지. 써야지.
the opportunities to the next
엄마 엄마라고 써야지.
are greater. Because our market,
네.
skill sets, we understand the value of economic reform. So the opportunities ahead of us are far greater than the opportunities behind us, as great as the opportunities go behind us. Right? So please, I don't know, don't take my word from me. Whom I consider one of the best investors in India.
हाँ हाँ
Say that the opportunities in the next 25 years are greater than the last 25. So having spoken for the last 25 years, let me share with you the next 25 years, how to invest in the next 25 years. मैं मुंबई से हूँ, यहाँ नागपुर में टाइम की फैसिलिटी होती है, but Bombay, what is the status in Bombay? Which school do you get to learn? That's very important. Which university is school for? In Nagpur, you can go to CC and request her, she gives you admission. Which club you are a member of? And you have a partner club.
उम्मा ले लेकर दूसरा ले लो अल्लाह नहीं लाते ले लेकर दूसरा
50 lakhs when you put sport like this to 75 lakhs for a garage. It's not going to cost a car, whatever. You figure that out. So the question I have for you is, what do you think this?
नहीं आती है तो कैसे देना है तो उम्मा देना है
I think Madhuji gave you a clue. Yeah, he's saying zero. Just say my mama, so he knows what I think. I think this is going to work.
पाँच है ना वोटा में बचे
The point being that technology is changing the way we think. And it's very important for investors to keep adapting to technology as it's changing. Take a look. This is New York City, Fifth Avenue, 1900, at the turn of the century. You look closely at this picture, not a very high resolution picture because we didn't have high resolution cameras. Sab Ghoda Gadi hai. There's no cars, there are only Ghoda Gadis out there. 1900. What happens 13 years later? All cars. Same street, same city, no Ghoda Gadis, only cars. In 13 years, the Ghoda Gadis gave way to the internal combustion engine. Right? So all those people who say that the electric car won't happen, it's too fanciful, should look at this picture and think, in 13 years we moved completely from horse to a horseless carriage. Let's take another market. Does anyone know, any young person know, which was the most dominant name in photography in 2000? It's Kodak. It was the most company. There's another company called Polaroid, which made instant camera. It was the most dominant company. What's the price of Kodak today? What's the stock price of Kodak? Does anyone know? It's bankrupt. Zero. It's gone bankrupt. Kodak, the most dominant company in the world in photography 15 years back, is bankrupt today. Polaroid, bankrupt. Right? The two most dominant companies. Now let me ask you, why did they go bankrupt? We don't click photographs? I see people here clicking photographs all the time. We click more photographs per capita today in relation to others. So why? They didn't keep up with the times. Right? They didn't understand that people want to click photographs in a mobile phone and not necessarily print it out. At the heart, photographs were chemistry companies. They believe in the magic of photographs and getting it done in an album and keeping it there. They didn't believe in the social media revolution that took place. Believe me, Kodak and Polaroid had patents done on photography kept on phone and hard disk. They didn't believe in that because it was run by companies, chemists, who thought themselves more out of the market, not the social expressions market. And because of that, they went bankrupt. So, you've seen two industries before I, right? Horse carriage and photography go bust. So, here's something that an OPEC minister said, and this is funny when I'm saying this now, because the biggest worry in the Indian market is the price of oil. And I myself among the people who say that if oil were to drop $10, index will be back to $11,700, right? But the Stone Age didn't end because they ran out of stones. Think about it, very profound word. The Stone Age didn't end because they ran out of stone. Technology progressed beyond stone, right? So the oil age as a corollary will not end because there's no longer oil. So even though oil is now troubling the Modi government, troubling your wallet, troubling the country, troubling the rupee, you can sense that the end of oil is near us. Why is the end of oil coming here? Because it will be undone by smartphone apps, long life batteries, simple gearing. Internal combustion engine, which used to power all the oil, will now give weight integrated circuit. And what's at stake here is $10 trillion of economic output. That's what the global oil industry is worth, $10 trillion. And with it, the future of so many sectors, auto machinery,
लाइक को लाइक करिए प्लीज़.
is at stake. Let me explain to you what I mean when I speak to you. Once you go to electric vehicles, you don't need oil to run them. They'll be running on battery power. Right? So, what is the cost differential between a current auto and an electric vehicle? If you just go through the number of ways categories. You replace the ignition in your car, $400. Cost zero if you don't have ignition in your car. How many parts we have in on current auto? 20,000. How many in electric train? 20. What is the cost of a driver in India? $400. In Bombay, at least. A driverless car? Zero. Car drives itself. Cost of parking? I put 25, that's very charitable. It's more like 50 to 75. Zero. What's going to happen in the electric car? Someone over to come here with a seminar. You all pick up your smartphone apps, punch in a few numbers out there. A car will come pick you up, take you where you want, and go pick up the next person. You won't actually own a car. You don't own a car, how do you want a parking spot? It's useless. Think about it. You use a car, let's say 50% of the time. Most of the time, you go to the office, go to the grocery store, it's parked there. Right? You don't use a car. Once electric cars come, there is no accident. You just operate like a fleet. Button dabaya, gaadi aage, chhod do, maar do. It won't matter. It's not that we generate our electricity. It's just we use the electricity of the grid. So we use fleet cars. So if you want to ride a car, if you like experience of riding a car, just like you want to ride a horse, you go to the horse track and run a horse race. Don't go out on the street and ride a horse. The same way will happen with electric cars. If you want to drive a car, you want to get young, like a young man who's driving a car, go to a rickshaw and drive a car. You don't drive on the road. It will be driverless, it will be electric, and it will be cheap. Right? So everyone will live wherever they want, commute wherever they want. There will be very few accidents because we are all software business. So they will just keep fixing just to stay within the car. No accidents. So accidents level down, no. If all cars follow one another, you don't need 16 highways. There are 3 main highways. The profound investment in this. I found a study that out of the 90 years of the US stock market, 25,000 companies were traded. Right? And in that period, the Dow has gone from 125,000, and yet only 4% of the 1,000 companies have accounted for all the gains. So in a market that matured in the US, only 4%.
Huh?
People say stock market
Wow.
push me in. It happens sometimes, but over long periods of time, it's very important to pick right stocks. So the question for you here is during this period from 1926 to 2015, best performing stock in America, and how much will it go up? Yes, sir. General Electric. Okay. Few more guesses. Amazon. Amazon wasn't listed in 1946. It probably would be, but Apple. Yeah, all our Apple fans, huh? Again, it's not listed that long. It's been a great stock, but not good. Microsoft, again, not listed. 1985 got listed. Huh? Coca-Cola, Berkshire, who said Berkshire? Good. You get closer, but not quite good. Ford, ExxonMobil, these are all good guesses. We all are coming very close. But the best stock has been Philip Morris.
ले लेकर जा इनारा हम ले लेकर जा सोया था
The
क्या
best stocks in the world, in any market I have found, are, no, Google got listed anywhere in 2005. The 2 best stocks in the world, for almost any market, are the sin stocks, liquor and tobacco. Alright? What is the best stock in Japan? Japan American Tobacco. What is the best stock in Britain? Diageo and Bayer. What is the best stock in India over the last 30 years? ITC, right? So, whatever reason, it's a habit forming event. So these stocks have done the best. How much is Philip Morris up? 90 years. How many times is it up? मधु जी बता रहे थे तो 100 गुना बढ़ा, 200 गुना बढ़ा, 400 गुना भी बढ़ा. How much is Philip Morris up? 2,000 times also. Very good. 2 times. How much is Philip? This is in dollar terms, not in rupee terms. In dollar terms. How much is Philip Morris up? 2 million times. 2 million times. This including dividends. right? But the point is that, and cigarette consumption is common in America. Okay? People don't want to smoke cigarettes. Okay? But this characteristics of powerful business as such, the people in the shooting market to keep raising the prices. And further all prices are rising. Commerce can't ban them because they get too much revenue for it. So this inelastic demand, smokers will want to smoke. I'm sure Bhartas will still smoking. So it has created huge amount of value for investors. Right? I'm not in the business of telling you what stocks to buy. I'm okay to buy because stocks.
हमारे सुना तुम
But the hard fact is,
क्या नहीं बोल अच्छे से हाँ
when I was moving to America in 1977, I checked that later on. The stock was worth $75 a share. Today it's something like $200,000. So I wish I had gone to the beach and bought some shares of Berkshire.
Ya es the first time we did
So here's the role of the top 20 stocks was in
Vamos a que
These are some of the names you won't
alla cita na kya
over the last 90 years in the financial market. Your job to be journalist for finding stocks.
Stava to se pa diesel da
Again, as Guru said, we go gambling, potential will do a very simple to say, auto industry, go to electric vehicles, auto industry, is not going to do well. And again, I say over the next 25 years, I'm not saying the next 2 years. Maruti will 10,000 rupees right now. I'm saying over the next 25 years, right? Auto ancillary, auto insurance, people won't be aware of produce finding that much, they probably won't do well. Textiles, these are very commodity business, it's boom. Heavy labor industry, because artificial intelligence will take over the control of labor, with the dynamic changing labor industry. Some of things that do well. Nickel and tobacco, as I mentioned to you, these are some of the last 90 years in the biggest stocks. Human habits don't change. People will always have some vice in life. That's why these stocks will do well. Gaming, again, people like to gamble for whatever reason. Gaming stocks will do well. I say quick service restaurants because I think this is a young country. People still cook at home. People start going out to eat. Women will be working outside the house. Airlines very controversial one. Has oil prices are there. Ultimately, we have electric vehicle cars. But you still need to go to Bombay for a wedding, Pune for a convention, Jaipur for a holiday. The only way to do it is to fly there, right? So I think airlines will probably do well over time. Okay, for 2018, I want to leave you with some what I think is that this seems more like a vicious correction than a bull market top. I think that's the question everyone. I think I disagree with my audience today. Everyone in the audience thinks is that you made a top. I think it's a correction. I hope I'm right if you're wrong. I hope the market goes back. I think your boy drops $20, you'll probably be.
सोया काय को काय
टिश्यू
आ जाओ।
कहीं लेने वास्ते कह रहे होंगे उसका सोना बुरी वाली लेने वास्ते देखो हाँ तो बहुत ज़्यादा
मैगी क्या हो रहा है कि उठा से के बाद बोल खा के मार
Inara movie तो रहता है वो रे Inara क्या को
रे नहीं लगा दे
लगा
स्टिक कर दे अंदर चल जा
सोया दे किधर चुप दूध है दे अगर नहीं उठा लेते
डायरेक्ट जाओ वो बैग वाला नहीं के पास जग सीधा लो 10 दिरहम होता उसको नवा बैग बोलते हैं कितना चाहिए 400 दिरहम 400 दिरहम 12,000 की बैग कर ले
दूध उठा खोंदा ले हाँ अब्बा हाँ चलेगी दौड़ को चलेगी जगह तो सताने वास्ते
Nara, Nara. Hey, that's Soja. Hey.
ओके मेरे को
That's Soja. मैक्सिमम मिनिमम 1 आवर आप ले करके उसको करो। तेरे ब्रेन में जाता नहीं है, ऐप बंद करो बोल को। सोचा कर को बोला नहीं, सुबह उठना नहीं तो 6 बजे। अलीना बाजू रख ले, सो जा, बाजू रख ले, सो उठाना बाजू।
दे 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 रे हाँ सो नारा
टाइम होगा, जाओ, सो जा। आवाज कर रहा हूँ, कट। Hey, जब सो जा। नाराज। जाओ। छोड़ो, बैठ। ठीक है, Okay, Google.
ऐसे
Okay, Google. Call my wife.
आए
Okay, call Irfana. Call Irfana. Shut up. Sing nice daily life. Okay, sing 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed.